Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Entertainment Roadmap. Today, I am here with Mika Abdullah, and we're going to talk all about Snack Shack, her upcoming movie. So, Mika, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, I just want to start off by saying I'm so excited for Snack Shack, and I cannot wait to see it. And I've been reading up about it, and I know that you play Brooke.
Mhm.
So, what can you tell us right now about Brooke's character in Snack Shack?
Okay, well, the film is set in Nebraska City, Nebraska in the 90s. A place where kind of everyone stays put for the most part. And Brooke is this military brat whose dad is stationed in Omaha, I believe. And she comes in and stays with her cousin for a while. And so she's kind of this like well-traveled, wise beyond her years, very grown up. Um, Girl coming and kind of disrupting this like quiet, slow life in Nebraska City. And she shakes up the relationship between these two guys that both have a crush on her. And yeah,
So it's a little love triangle there. I mean, I'm a
totally.
sucker for a love triangle, so I'm so excited to see that. I mean, so you went all like not literally, but you went all the way back to the 90s for Snack Shack. What was that like?
It was really cool. It was really fun. A lot of people have asked, like, was it hard because I was born in 2000 and like, was it kind of like a conscious thing that you had to like do research on and stuff? But I mean, really, Adam has told us that like not a lot has changed in Nebraska City in the last, 30 years now. Um, and so it was actually really easy, just being there and being kind of surrounded by the world and surrounded by the city. And we're doing all the same things that, we're doing in the movie, like we're hanging out at the pool, we're walking around town, um, very disconnected from our phones and technology and the rest of the world, just like chilling in Nebraska, living the life. And it all just came so naturally.
Yeah, I was born at the tail end of the 90s, so I really didn't experience it either, but it must be so weird to kind of go into like hair and makeup and costuming and kind of get into that mindset. And then also, like you said, no technology.
Yeah.
Kind of like almost like a little mind.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, look, like the fashion trends are really coming back. So a lot of the clothes that I wear were either my own clothes or clothes that I would totally wear. And I yeah, some of the characters, like the girl who plays her name's April, but the girl who plays Leah, my cousin in the movie, she kind of got a little bit more of like the crazy 90s hair and outfit thing going on. So that was really funny for her. It was really funny to watch her get like teased up.
Are you able to describe Snack Shack in three emojis if you're able to?
Um, Definitely like hot dog emoji. Um, is there a pool emoji or like a swimmer emoji?
I think there's like a swimmer in a pool.
Yeah, that emoji. And then like police car, I'd say, because they're getting in a lot of trouble all the time.
Okay, so you have like left me even more intrigued. I'm like, I need this movie right now. And kind of like, as a fan, I'm so excited. So, what are you most excited for fans to see for Snack Shack?
I'm just excited for like the feeling that the movie gives you. I think it's really fun to watch. I got to watch it in a theater with like an actual audience for the first time the other day. We did a little early screening and it was just so like great to hear like everybody laughing and like, everyone being shocked and like uh I think it really makes you feel like you are living your like childhood summer again. And so I'm excited for that. I think there's a lot of amazing movies out there right now that are thinkers and they're funny and they're great and there's totally such a place for that type of movie and I thoroughly enjoy going to see them. But then I go see something like this movie and it's like so easy and fun and you're just there and you're living it and I'm glad to be a part of releasing one of those into the world.
I feel like we need those kind of movies because, like you said, it's
Totally.
great to have like think pieces and all of that, but just have like that fun, carefree movie is like
Yeah.
so needed. You can go and escape from it. And what was it like watching this movie with an audience? Was that like nerve-wracking at first?
It was definitely nerve-wracking at first. I also brought some of my friends who hadn't seen the movie yet, which is always kind of scary, especially like fellow actors. Like, don't please like, love me still, you know. Um, but yeah, it was a little scary, but the audience loved it as far as I was aware. And it it really was so valuable to like hear people's real-time reactions that like don't know anything about the movie going into it really.
Yeah, no, that's actually a great perspective. So that's, I mean, I feel like I would be so like on the edge of my seat watching with like all these people waiting for feedback. But from what you're saying, it seems like the feedback was pretty good, which is exciting. And
Huh.
I think everyone waiting for this movie is so hyped about it. So I don't know, that's really exciting for me. And you have a lot of experience in other films. So did you take anything from those other projects and did you find them useful on the set of Snack Shack?
I mean, I think to a degree, sure. But no, I mean, I wasn't like consciously like, oh, this character that I played before, I can do this here, or like this was funny in this one movie, so I'm gonna do that here. Like, Adam just had such like a strong sense of direction, and he knew really exactly what he wanted, and he communicated that so well. And yeah, it was all, I mean, it kind of felt weird while we were shooting it. I was like, I feel like this should be more difficult for me. I feel like I should be like doing a little bit more like homework. But no, I mean, it was just Adam did a great job of like creating this vibe as soon as we got there. And he was like, just let the vibe carry you through the whole shoot. And it really did.
Oh, that's great. And I think having a supportive cast and crew is one of the most important aspects of a film. So what was it like working with this cast and crew during your time?
It was amazing. I mean, it was really great. All of our, producers were so fun as well. It was a very young set. Um, and so we all like, after work we'd go to the bar in town or we'd all go, hang out at the pool. Like truly it wasn't just the cast hanging out. It was like the crew. It was everybody. It was, everyone behind the camera, all, costume, everybody. So we really like we all bonded. And I mean that always just makes it so fun. I mean, you're not just laughing with your co-stars, you're laughing with, the camera crew and you're laughing with sound and everyone, yeah, it was just a really great time.
So it was really like a little family there.
Totally. Totally.
And
Which we kind of had to be because, we're not in like New York, we're not in LA. There's nothing else. Love Nebraska City. There's not a ton to do outside of like go to the movie theater, go golf, go to the pool. So we all really did like band together and like create our own little social circle. It's
have
really
you,
fun.
sorry,
Oh
have you
God.
ever been to Nebraska before you went to film this movie, or is that your first
No.
time?
I had never been. I'd spent some time in the Midwest, like in Indiana, and Ohio, and I'm from Texas, so I'm like familiar with the heat and the smaller town vibe, but no, never Nebraska.
Oh yeah, I haven't either. So I feel like it's
Right.
not a random place, but like, you wouldn't think to go there. And I
No,
feel like having the experience of filming there must have really been great because you got to see what it was like.
absolutely, absolutely. And then I did some like exploring in the Midwest too. Like I went to Kansas City, which I feel like maybe wouldn't have gone. I'm not a huge sports fan. Um, but no, went to Kansas City, loved it. It was amazing. Like did a lot of traveling around, went to Lincoln, went to Omaha, like
Oh wow.
just hung out.
Yeah, that's really cool. And what was the audition process like for this film?
And I have to open my door. My cat's gonna freak out. It was super normal audition process for me. I was like, you get the audition, you get the script, you read it, you love it. I taped it at home over FaceTime with my mom. And then it was actually our first post-COVID in-person audition. I actually don't think I've had another in-person anything since COVID. I mean, no, not audition, sorry, chemistry read. We did the chemistry read in person in the T Street office, which was crazy and so nerve-wracking because it's like I haven't been in a real room in front of real people like in what feels like years. Um, but yeah, it was really cool. And it's so crazy thinking back to it now. And like, I really did, like at the chemistry read, sit there and I talked to Connor the majority of the time. And I was like, this kid's so fun. Like, and so it's just so funny how things like that work.
So kind of that this was an in-person audition, which is like super rare right now. Was that like more nerve-wracking?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was absolutely super nerve-wracking. I know a lot of people that love being in person. I am not one of those people. I like being in the comfort of my own home, so it definitely forced me out of my comfort zone a little bit, but I think it was pretty necessary to the way that Adam kind of placed us all together. Like the energy felt right. Me and Connor and Gabe all standing in a line in the same room, riffing off of each other, talking to each other, and that's something that you can't always get on Zoom.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. And I mean, so many of our listeners on this podcast are planning on going into acting. So
Mhm.
what advice do you have for anyone who is listening and they want to go into this field?
You just have to, I mean, you hear it all the time, but like you really do have to have thick skin and there's a lot of, I don't want to say competition, but like there's a lot of other people out there that also want to do this and you get rejected and you just have to know that it's not always your fault. 9 times out of 10, it's a look, it's your height, it's like a certain energy that somebody brings to a role. That doesn't mean that you did something wrong. It's just like genuinely like just something that you can't control. And yeah, you just got to be patient. You'll go through times when you book everything you audition for, and you'll go through times where you don't work for a year and a half. And that's just the way it is. But it's great. But it's so much fun.
I feel like it's so fun and rewarding, but like you said,
Yeah.
there can be so many times where kind of work isn't there or it's at a low. And as someone who wants to go into the industry, that's like such a hard kind of concept to grasp.
Yeah, totally.
But I feel like you said, it's so fun. And I mean, it seems like you're having such a great time doing it and you really enjoy it. So that's so exciting for you. And I wish you the best in everything that you go forward and do.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. Mika, thank you so much for your time today. This was such a fun interview, and I cannot wait to see the upcoming film. And when it's out, I'll have to tag you and let you know that I saw
Yes. Yes.
it.
Please do. Let me know your thoughts.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great one.
You too.